from Notre Dame and from Michigan State, along with the representative from the National Football Foundation Hall of Fame, a presentation is being made to Mr. Charlie Bachman, a graduate and a football star at Notre Dame University. He's 85 years old. He played football, believe it or not, with Newt Rockne and Gus Doré back in 1914. I see Bob Golick is out there, along with quarterback Joe Montana and fullback Jerome Evans. They are the captains for Notre Dame. Waiting for the whistle. There's a whistle. Charlie comes forward, puts his foot into it. It's a high, deep kick. Way back. It goes out of the end zone, and it will come out to the 20-yard line, and Michigan State will have the first offensive play.
A beautiful kick that time by Charlie Mills. The best way to prevent any kind of a good run back is to put the ball out of the end zone. We might add, Al, that the last time that Michigan State has beaten the Fighting Irish was in 1969. The Irish have won 8 of the last 9 football games.
In the backfield, Lonnie Middleton will be the fullback. Leroy McGee will be the tailback. Ed Smith will be the quarterback. Wide to the left-hand side goes Gene Bird, and flanked out to the right-hand side is Kirk Gibson, a great wide receiver. They're in a pro set as Smith brings them up to the line. First down. Michigan State with the first offensive play. Now they shift back into the I formation. There's McGee in the tailback, and here's a pitch back to McGee. Wide to the right. Tries to turn the corner. Can't do it. Coming across his middle linebacker, Bob Golick. And Golick blasts him down right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Good defensive pursuit that time by number 55, Bob Golick. Notre Dame is opening up at the start of this game with the odd man front, the Oklahoma defense, the 5-2.
Now Steve Smith goes into the ball game at the tailback position, number 20. There'll be a lot of tailbacks in this football game this afternoon because I understand Michigan State changes almost every play. Again, Bird to the left and Gibson out to the right-hand side from the I formation. Smith with a second down 10 from his own 20-yard line. Hands under the center. Foster snaps the ball. Back he goes. He throws to the sideline. Complete at the 27 and out of bounds with the football is Gene Bird. Bird made the catch and goes out after about an 8-yard gain up at the 28-yard line.
Good quick release that time by Ed Smith, the quarterback from Hallandale, Florida. He has a very good quick setup and a good throwing arm.
Bob Golick calling the defensive signals now. Into the backfield comes Bruce Reeves, and now Reeves is in at tailback. We started with McGee, we've had Steve Smith, and now Bruce Reeves. And look out for a young fella, they tell me, a freshman named Derek Hughes. He is a great football player, too. In the I formation, third down and about 2 yards to go, and here's Smith with his hands under the center. From the I, he needs short yardage. He'll try to jam it, I'm afraid, try to get it out there. Pitches it back, wide to the left. Reeves with the football. He's got it at the 30, the 35, out to the 38-yard line. Bruce Reeves is hit by linebacker Bob Leopold as he gains about 12 yards, brings it out to the 38-yard line. It's first down for Michigan State at their own 38.
Making it all possible that time was number 44, Lonnie Middleton, who kicked out the linebacker that time, Bobby Leopold. Very good block by Middleton.
Smith is back there at the tailback now. Reeves out and Smith in. At the fullback is Middleton. Smith in the I, calling the signals. Ed is from Hallandale, Florida. He's an excellent quarterback. Pitches it back. Tailback has it. Smith to the left. Tries the tackle. It's boxed up. He gets over the 40, out to the 42. Mike Calhoun, the big defensive right tackle of Notre Dame, and Bobby Leopold are up there to tackle him at the 43-yard line. Let's give him 5 yards on the play now as Michigan State is trying early, Ralph, to establish a ground game.
They'll be able to go into that second down with a good play selection.
All right, Andy Schramm is in at the fullback and Leroy McGee is in at the tailback, but they are split now in the pro set with both receivers wide. Here's Smith now with an ideal passing situation, 2nd and 5. Drops back to throw. He looks and goes to the sidelines at the 42. Schramm makes a grab, and Schramm is upended very quickly by strong safety Jim Browner. Andy Schramm made the grab over there, and that's the 4th pass of the year that he's caught. 3rd down and 7 now. Again from the pro set. One receiver split out wide to the left is Gibson. Bird is out about 10 yards to the right-hand side, though. Smith again barking the signals, drops back in the pocket. He's a pocket passer, looks and goes with the long one. At the Notre Dame 45, it's completed to Mike Kramer. Kramer is hit right after he makes a catch by Dave Weimer. There's more than enough for a first down. Michigan State with their 2nd first down in a row. They are in Irish territory.
Very good throw that time by Smith. He laid the ball up. You have to take a little bit off the ball every once in a while. You can't rifle it in. He threw it right over Bobby Leopold's head. Good for 14 yards, a first down on the Notre Dame 45-yard line.
Smith now is 3 for 3 in the passing department for 20 yards. He stacks them up in the I formation. Middleton, Schramm is still in there at the fullback. At the tailback is Steve Smith. There is Ed Smith now calling the signals and giving it to Steve. And Steve cracks off the weak side and gets it down to the 41-yard line of Notre Dame before he is upended by Tom Gibbons and Bobby Leopold. In the backfield, Lonnie Middleton is at the fullback. Bruce Reeves is at the tailback. Quarterback Ed Smith looks to his left, to his right. They've been calling a lot of audibles early in this football game. Takes a snap. He keeps the football, rolls to the left, bootlegs off the left side, out of bounds. Looked like a blown play there as Ed Smith rolls out on the near sidelines after gaining about 2 yards. Smith again checks the Notre Dame defense. 4-man front, 3 linebackers. Look out, there's that strong safety coming up tight. A pitch out wide to the left. It's given up to the flanker. Gibson on the wide, coming around to the left side. Tries to turn the corner, does. Gets to the 35, out of bounds at the 33-yard line. And Michigan State has another first down. The Spartans are down to the Notre Dame 32-yard line. Ed Smith giving it to Steve Smith. He went wide to the right and gave it to the flanker. Kirk Gibson took it, coming back to the near side and turned the corner for 6 yards and a first down at the Irish 32. Both receivers are out. Bird to the left, Gibson to the right. In the I formation again. Michigan State moving the football on the ground. Smith with a long count there. Notre Dame with a 6-man front. The handoff to the short man. The fullback up the middle. Middleton down to the 25, on his way to the 20. Lonnie Middleton. A quick opener right over the middle, and he goes to the 20-yard line of Notre Dame.
A very good call that time by Eddie Smith. Another audible. He had Rod Strata on Jeff Weston. Weston moving to the outside. A beautiful trap play by Middleton. That was his first carry. Good for a first down.
As they break the huddle with a first down at the Irish 20-yard line. Michigan State has had 40 yards in 7 carries rushing, 20 yards through the air. From the I now, Ed Smith takes a snap, bluffs to the tailback, play action, throws into the end zone. It is caught and out of bounds. It is no good. Out of bounds in the end zone. Gene Bird went up in the air. He made the catch. Right there with him, Tom Gibbons all the way. He was too deep in the corner pocket.
Actually, he was open a little bit earlier, too, Al. Had Smith seen him early and put a little bit of motion on that ball, a little bit of fire, that is, I think Michigan State would have definitely had 6 points.
Ed Smith, the senior from Hallandale, Florida, quarterbacking. Lonnie Middleton is the fullback. He's from Orangeburg, South Carolina, and Steve Smith from Louisville, Kentucky in that backfield. They have a pro set with both wide receivers split out. Now, it is 2nd down 10 for Michigan State from the Notre Dame 20, and back to throw goes Smith. He's back in the pocket. Look out, the rush is on. He's going to run with the football. Goes up to the 20, tries to get to the sidelines, down at the 17-yard line. Michigan State has 3 for 3 in 3rd down conversions. From the I, Ed Smith again checks the Irish defense. Bluffs, gives it to the fullback up the middle. He's down to the 10. He's to the 11-yard line. Lonnie Middleton has the first down. Again, the same quick opener that worked so well just moments ago.
The very same quick opener. They've got Jeff Weston that's just lining up off the outside shoulder of Rod Strata. They're taking advantage of that, letting him go to the outside and having Rod Strata just turn him out on zone blocking. Very good run by Middleton.
It's first down. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Michigan State at the Notre Dame 9 in the I. Those linemen offensively are gapped just about a yard apart. Smith, short drop, looks, throws into the end zone, incomplete. He was intending that for Gene Bird, who made a turn in. And Tom Gibbons was all over the top of him. No chance to get that one.
We hear a lot of boos from the stands, but that was very good coverage by Tom Gibbons that time. Very difficult pass pattern to have to cover for a cornerback. The outside split in that time, Eugene Bird just takes about 3 steps to the inside, makes a fast break to the post. Bob Golick is down there with the head linesman discussing the play. I'm sure he'll take the penalty.
No, he has refused it. Steve Smith is at the tailback now. Remember, it's Eddie Smith, the senior, who's quarterbacking. He drops back in the pocket, looks and throws a wobbly pass. He may have lost control of the football, or Bobby Leopold may have touched the ball. Bobby Leopold, the linebacker on the right side for the Irish, batted the ball. It is 3rd down, goal to go from the Notre Dame 9-yard line. Smith has the snap, hands it to the fullback, who tries it up the middle, and this time Lonnie Middleton is gang tackle at the 8-yard line. Big Mike Calhoun was not to be faked out. He stopped him cold. It'll be a 25-yard field goal attempt from the hash mark on the near side. Here's a kick, a soccer kicker. It is up. It is on the way. It is good. It is good. So there is timeout here with the score. Michigan State 3, Notre Dame nothing. Notre Dame now has not had a single offensive play yet. We're 6 minutes and 40 seconds into the game, and here's a kick. A high, short, end-over-end kick taken at the 20-yard line, out to the 25, breaking away to the 30, and down at the 33-yard line. Running that football back was Belden. Belden, the short man at the 25-yard line, made the catch and brought it back to the 32.
Heads-up play that time by Belden. He's a short man. He's designed basically to break the wedge, but he caught the football and picked up a good 9 yards on the return.
Here come the Irish with the first down at that 32-yard line. Montana, Ferguson, and Evans. Man in motion out to the right-hand side. Waiting for the snap, and the handoff is to the tailback, and straight ahead with the ball goes Vegas Ferguson. Out over the 35, up to the 36 before left tackle. Angelo Fields gets him and trips him at the 37-yard line.
We might make note of that fact because Stone, going in motion, moved the inside linebacker out and gave Montana the opportunity to run his back up inside where the linebacker had left.
Stone is in at a flanker, Jim Stone, and he is a slot back to the right. Wide out to the right is Chris Haynes. In the eye again, and once more, Jim Stone in motion to the left-hand side. Montana fakes and then gives it off to his fullback straight ahead. That's Dave Mitchell, and Mitchell brings it up to the 39-yard line and is piled up at the 39. It's going to be third down and about 2.5 yards to go for the first down. Montana has that eye and pitches it out wide to Vegas Ferguson, wide around the right side, up to the 40, over the 40 to the 42. He's down at the 43-yard line by Johnny Lee Haynes, and Notre Dame has their first down of the ball game. Grendinger is in there at the tight end, and back to throw goes Montana. He looks, goes over the middle, out of the hands of the intended receiver. Dennis Grendinger at the 45-yard line. And Michigan State let the ball go right between his hands.
Beautiful throw that time. Montana calling a play-action pass on first down. And by the way, that's the time to call the play-action pass. Your percentage of completion is at its highest level. He made a very good fake to his fullback, Jerome Evans. Grendinger did exactly what he's supposed to do, but he simply forgot to catch the football.
Now Mike Curry comes into the game, and Mike Curry is split out to the left. Wide to the right is Haynes. And from the eye, Montana bluffing up the middle. Play action, rolls to his left. He's going to run with the football to the far sidelines. Out of bounds at the 49-yard line as Tom Graves runs him into the players' bench across the way. A slot to the left. That's Curry. Haynes is split to the left. Here's Montana with Curry in motion out to the right-hand side, taking the snap, giving it off to Evans, and Evans breaks one tackle, spins, and fights his way to the 47-yard line of Michigan State, and very close to a first down. Mel Land had him tackled there, but couldn't get him down.
Excuse me, yes, Mel Land is a very big boy, 6'3", 240, and Coach Darrell Rogers says he's one of his most active defensive linemen. Nastek is coming in, and Veer is coming in. Third and short, third and inches.
Both tight ends are in for the Irish, and they have just inches for a first down. They have it at the 47-yard line of Michigan State. The officials holding up for just a moment. Pallas is in that backfield, Pete Pallas, along with Jerome Evans at the tailback. Real tight formation as Joe Montana, quarterback sneak, dives it forward. Montana got the yard. It's first down, Notre Dame.
Very good offensive front line play that time. Both the Huffman brothers and Hotman and Foley just moved that defensive Spartan line off the line of scrimmage, and that's what you've got to do to win football games.
When you've got a big offensive front wall like that, Tim Foley at 257, Tim Hoffman at 262, his brother Dave Hoffman at 245, Jim Hoffman at 243, you have got a lot of power up in the front offensive line. All right, first down, Notre Dame at the 45-yard line of Michigan State. They trail 3-0. A slot back to the right-hand side. A quick snap, and here's a quarterback, Joe Montana, rolling to the right. He looks, he throws out in the open, caught at the 15, down the sidelines. Touchdown, Chris Haynes made the catch. Wait a minute, he stepped out of bounds at the 10-yard line. He was tiptoeing the sidelines. He went out at the 10, a 35-yard pass play, and the Irish have a first down at the Michigan State 10.
Chris Haynes made an absolutely great pass route that time. The play before, he had taken Marshall and worked him on an outside move, just a short outside move. He came down this time, made the same short move to the outside, turned it up upfield. Montana hit him right on the numbers. Unfortunately, Chris, going under full speed, could not keep his balance, could not stay in bounds. First down, well, it's just about 10.5 yards to go for a first down, for a touchdown, excuse me.
For a touchdown, it would be. As they come up to the line, they can make a first down on the half-yard line. Haynes is out to the right. Curry is the man in motion to the left-hand side. Montana pitches it back to Ferguson wide to the left, turning in as he tries to turn the corner. Inside the 8. He's down to the 7 before Dan Bass and Tom Graves are up to stop him at the 7-yard line of Michigan State.
Ferguson turning it up very well that time to pick up 4 yards. Led into the hold by pulling guard, right guard, Tim Huffman, number 78. A good crackback block that time also for the center, Dave Huffman, which released his brother Tim to make that good block.
Double tight end alignment now as Kevin Hart replaces Chris Haynes in that offensive line. Pro set in the backfield. Montana rolling to the right this time. Will he throw a run? He looks. He throws. It is touchdown. A diving catch for a touchdown by Dennis Grindinger. Grindinger made the grab. Deep back. Almost out of the end zone. But there is a flag on the play. Flag on the play in the end zone down there. It's going to be against the Irish because they're bringing the football out. Past the line of scrimmage. Was Montana past the line? It is possible. That may have been the reason. We'll get the signal in a moment. We have 4 minutes, 59 seconds remaining in the first period. Michigan State leads 3-0. Notre Dame has just gone in with a pass. A 7-yard pass completion from Montana to Dennis Grindinger for what looked like the touchdown that would have sent them ahead. A flag on the turf. The ball comes out and... Ralph, they're going to step it off.
Offensive, absolutely. That was against Dennis Grindinger. In his anxiety to catch the football, he shouldered number 10, Tom Graves, out of the way. And the rule states that everybody has the right to go up for the football when the ball is in the air.
Ineligible receiver downfield is the call. An ineligible receiver downfield. Number 78, Tim Huffman, had crossed the line, the offensive line, and gone into the end zone. Out comes the ball to the Michigan State 22-yard line. It will be second down and a good 21 yards for a first down. Now, the Irish split both receivers wide. Curry to the left, Haynes to the right. And back goes Montana in the pocket. The rush is on. He throws, completes it at the 10, down to the 5, down to the 1. Out of bounds with the football. Dennis Grindinger, the big tight end, made the grab. He's knocked out of bounds. Let's pause now briefly for station identification. This is Mutual, your news and sports radio network.
This is the voice of labor, WCFL Chicago, the sports center of your dial.
Excellent play call that time by Montana, hitting his tight end Grindinger down to the 1-yard line. Third, and we can still make a first down now.
Montana, Evans, and Ferguson. It is Evans diving into the end zone over the right tackle. He goes sailing through the air. Jerome Evans scores. Touchdown, Notre Dame. 68 yards they move in 11 plays, and the Irish lead 6-3.
It looks as though Notre Dame is going to have a great deal of success early now anyway with play-action passes. The linebackers are being held very well by the good fakes of Vegas, Ferguson, and Evans coming up in the line, releasing the tight end and the split end to go into the patterns.
Well, the sun breaks through now beautifully here. In the hold, Joe Eunice will attempt the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. So with the score, Notre Dame 7, Michigan State 3. Timeout on the field. Now this for Oldsmobile.
Olds Feeling. Take a test drive today.
Charlie Mail kicking off for Notre Dame. Steve Smith and Bruce Reeves are deep backs for Michigan State. And back deep, it is Reeves, 5 yards in. He deep in the end zone. He makes the catch and kneels down. Michigan State brings it out to their 20-yard line for a first down.
That's 16 yards.
Here's Michigan State, second offensive thrust. An I formation in the backfield, and Ed Smith has both receivers split out wide. Drops back 2 steps and looks and throws. He contacts his man. Catch made by Gene Bird at the 28 and down the moment he made it. Gene Bird, the East St. Louis, Illinois junior, who is the leading receiver on this team, made the grab and was upended by Tom Gibbons.
Not much else you can say about that except a good setup by the quarterback Smith and a very good throw and catch by Eugene Bird.
It is second down and 2 from their own 28-yard line. Michigan State. Smith barks out the signals. The eye again set in the backfield to the fullback short. He slips down on the AstroTurf as he tried to cut back. He headed into the tackle slot, Ralph, and then saw daylight to his left and slipped down. Quarterback Ed Smith has the snap to the tailback. Straight ahead, fights his way to the 30, and diving to the 31-yard line is Leroy McGee. The El Cajon, California senior picks up 3 yards, and that is the first down. First down play coming up for Michigan State from their 31. Again, both receivers are out. Smith pitches it out wide to the right, goes Reeves, turns the corner, gets to the 32. He got up to the 33-yard line. Jay Case strung the play out, and Bob Golick, the middle linebacker, following suit beautifully, hit him and brought him down.
Jay Case that time, his responsibility as the outside defensive end is to do just exactly that. To chuck, that is to hit the lineman in front of him and move the play to the wide side of the field, allowing his defensive men good pursuit to come across and make the tackle.
Has them in the I formation. It's second down and 8 coming up from the 33-yard line, and from the I, he gives it to the tailback, and trying to fight loose is Steve Smith, and Smith is smothered right at the line of scrimmage. I don't believe he gained an inch, Ralph. Kirk Gibson is out wide to the right. Gene Bird is split out to the left. Here is Smith checking the Notre Dame. And it's a 5-man front right at the moment. Takes the snap, drops back, the rush is on. Look out, he's going to have to throw. It was a screen pass setting up there, but it never got off the ground. Number 44, Lonnie Middleton, was the man that couldn't get loose, and he was the man to receive that pass.
Actually, Rod Strata, 69, and the right tackle, Craig Lawrence, on the zone, on that particular screen pass, had dropped too far back into their own backfield. And Lonnie Middleton got a little bit up into his own offensive lineman.
Michigan State in punt formation. Harrison and Waymer are the deep backs, and here's a kick. It is Waymer and Harrison running together as they grab the football, and down they go at the Irish 31. With the score, Notre Dame 7, Michigan State 3. Timeout on the field. Now this for Western Union.
Any day or night, 7 days a week, and charge it to your Master Charge account. Just call Western Union toll-free.
First down, Notre Dame at the 32-yard line. Jerome Evans cracks on a quick opener over the left guard, and he is up over the 35. He's at the 39-yard line before Angelo Fields brings him down.
Jim Stone that time again went in motion, taking Mike Marshall and the linebacker Dan Bass with him, opening a hole, enabling a good pickup of 7 yards that time.
It'll be second down and 3, and a quick snap, and here's a handoff again. This time is given to Vegas Ferguson. He gets to the 40-yard line, and he was met by a wall of green jerseys. Bernard Hay, the nose guard, in that 5-man front of Michigan State's, met him at the 40-yard line and drove him back. It'll be third down coming up for the Irish. The ball is on their 40-yard line. Third and about 1.5 yards to go. Both tight ends are in there. The double tight end alignment with the man in motion out to the right-hand side, and the handoff to the tailback, and he's got the yardage. Fighting for every inch that he could possibly get. Vegas Ferguson brings it up to the 45-yard line. He's got green jerseys hanging on him. The man who got him first was Dan Bass, the right side inside linebacker. But the Irish have a first down at their 45.
Again, I must comment, it seems as though Notre Dame has its best success using the man in motion and freeing up away from the defensive linebackers.
There's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Notre Dame 7, Michigan State 3. Now this for Firestone Tires. They can move through the air, and they're moving on the ground, Ralph.
They certainly are. Michigan State did control the ball for the first half of that first quarter, but Notre Dame took the second half of that first quarter.
Haynes is out wide to the right. Jim Stone is split out to the left, and there's Stone in motion out to the left-hand side. Here's a handoff and breaking through on the right tackle. Jerome Evans at the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30, out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Jerome Stanton finally ran Evans down and out of bounds at the Michigan State 28-yard line. And what a quick opener that was for the Irish fullback.
A quick opener right over Tim Huffman, 78, and Tim Foley, 73. Beautiful blocking up front, good for 27 yards in the first down.
Evans goes to the sidelines. Pete Pallas comes in. Pallas will play the fullback. Vegas Ferguson, the tailback, in the eye. Here is Stone in motion to the left. A pitch to Ferguson wide to the left. Can he turn the corner? He runs into company as he crosses the 25. He's upended at about the 24-yard line by strong side linebacker Steve Otis.
Good defensive pursuit that time. The left end, that time, Larry Savage, which is actually the outside linebacker, did exactly what he was supposed to do in stringing the play out. Notre Dame had 5 first downs to Michigan's 6 in that first quarter.
The second period has just started here at East Lansing. Notre Dame in front 7-3. They have a second down coming up, 2nd down and 7. And here's a pitch back to Ferguson and a handoff to the wingback coming around, caught way behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, Jim Stone coming from the flanker on the reverse is hit back at the 35-yard line, and he is down. So there's a 10-yard loss on that flanker handoff, and Jim Stone injured and shaken up on the field. He's up now and he's walking off. He ran right in to Mel Land, the big senior right tackle from Campbell, Ohio. They say he weighs 240 pounds. I was talking to someone before the game, and they said, no way. It's 3rd down and 16 as the Irish break the huddle. Curry is wide to the right-hand side. Haynes is out to the left. Pro set in the backfield. Montana has the snap. Stops back to throw. The rush is on. He may be caught. He throws. He throws it away to get rid of it. Through for the sidelines. Out of bounds is Mel Land. The big right tackle again put pressure on quarterback Joe Montana. Restick comes into the ball game. Mark Anderson is a deep man, if you want to call it that, for Michigan State at about their 10. Restick is standing on the 49-yard line of Michigan State. He will kick. His dad is a head coach at Harvard. Very fine gentleman. Short end-over-end kick, giving the team chance to get down, but it goes into the end zone. 34 yards into the end zone. It comes out to the 20. It's 1st down for Michigan State at their 20-yard line. Lonnie Middleton is his fullback. His tailback is Leroy McGee. Smith has both receivers out and drops back to throw. He's got time. He looks. He throws in the middle. At the 31, 32-yard line, it's complete to Mark Kramer. And Kramer trips and falls all the way forward, trying to get his balance. Up to the 35-yard line. It's his 2nd catch of the ball game. Kramer gives Michigan State a 1st down at the 35.
Very good call that time by Smith, and a very good pass route by Mark Kramer. He saw Browner going to his outside to cover the deep side zone. All he did was turn up into the middle and catch a little curl pass from Smith.
Notre Dame shifting into that 5-man Oklahoma front now. 5-2 gives you an awesome look there with those big men in there. Here's Smith with a 1st down at his 35. He has his receivers split out. Gibson on the fly pattern, but it's a pitch back to the tailback, and wide to the left goes Steve Smith. A flag on the play as Smith turns the far corner and is driven out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. There was a flag on that play, and probably it is going to be a legal procedure against Michigan State because they're beginning to move back.
Offensive holding that time against the Michigan State Spartans. We're told, by the way, that Jim Stone, injured on that last series of downs offensively for Notre Dame, simply had the wind knocked out of him, and we can see a lot of him in the next series of downs.
Well, 15 big yards. That penalty hurt them. Here's the snap. Rolling to the right is Smith. He has blown his signal somewhere because he turns around, puts his shoulders down, dives back to the 16-yard line. John Hankett was on top of him. The Irish had filtered through, and Smith is down for about a 3-yard loss back to the 17.
Little cat-and-mouse game going on down there now with Jim Brown, the quarterback, Ed Smith. He did the same thing as he did at the down before in moving up close, but just as Ed Smith was calling the audible to his tight end Mark Kramer, he moved back inside.
The great wide receiver from Waterford, Michigan, is wide out to the right-hand side, and Gene Bird to the left. Ed Smith will probably have to put this one in the air. As the snap instead elects to run with it, pitches it back to Steve Smith around the left side, cuts in over the tackle, brings it out to the 20, up to the 21-yard line, and down at the 21-yard line. They've got to go all the way to their 45 for a first down. So it's 24 yards to go, and here's the pitch back to Smith. Wide to the right, running room out to the 25. He is hit, trips, and goes down to the 29-yard line as Jay Case reached out on the ground. The big defensive end of Notre Dame reached up with one hand and tripped Smith, and down he goes at the 29.
Not a very bad play call that time. I don't think that Ed Smith, in this particular situation, wants to risk giving the ball back to Notre Dame on an interception.
Waymer is back deep, so is Harrison. And here's Ray Stakowitz, the leading punter in the nation, getting his foot into it. It's a high one. He hangs a high one. Fair catch called for. Notre Dame has it at that 31. With the score, Notre Dame 7, Michigan State 3. Timeout on the field. Now this for GMAC.
At all. Even arrange terms to fit my budget.
Okay.
If GMAC financing uncomplicates things, why can't you?
Where's first gear?
That's reverse.
GMAC Financing. We uncomplicate things.
Notre Dame with the first down, and Ferguson on the handoff, turns the right corner, up to the 35, to the 40, and on his way to the midfield stripe. He's out of bounds across the way on the far sidelines, and he may have stepped out at about the 48-yard line. Let's see where they finally put it down. No, they say the 43-yard line, and Notre Dame has just come up with their 7th first down of the ball game. At the 43-yard line, Michigan State has 7, Notre Dame has 7 in first downs. But Notre Dame leads in this ball game 7-3 with 10 minutes and 41 seconds left in the first half. It's fullback straight ahead with the ball is Jerome Evans. He's up to the 45, and Dave Bass has him right at that point.
Good defensive play that time by Dave Bass in filling the hole. Dave Huffman, with the big Bernard Hay, number 93, on his head, has a very difficult job today in trying to control his particular part of the offensive line.
Give the Irish a yard on the last play. It's down at their 44-yard line, and we'll call it 2nd down and 9 as they line up again with both receivers split out. And here's Montana back. He's got plenty of time to throw and looks and rifles one at the 35-yard line. Haynes, he's to the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, and out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Beautiful catch by Chris Haynes as he did a crossing pattern, made the grab at about the 40-yard line, broke away from one would-be tackler, and makes it all the way down to the 12-yard line of Michigan State.
They say a quarterback is only the reflection of his offensive line, and offensive pass protection we saw that time. A great throw by Joe Montana. Chris Haynes missing the entire defensive linebackers as he was dropping back, coming back underneath them. Good throw, good catch, and great run by Chris Haynes.
A defensive back for Michigan State is injured on the first down for the Irish at the 12-yard line of Michigan State. They have a slot back to the left-hand side. That's Curry, and he is a man in motion out to the right now. The snap and the fake, he gave it off to his fullback. He did not fake it. Breaking off one tackle, rolling to the right was Jerome Evans, and Evans is hit by the free safety Mark Anderson, who comes up to get him. In the I formation, Joe Montana has him lined up at the Michigan State 10-yard line. He has the snap. He bluffs up the middle, play action pass, looks and throws into the end zone and out. Curry is split out to the left. A slot back to the right and a man in motion, and here's a handoff, and straight ahead goes Evans. He's driving. He's over the 5. He's down to the 3 and stopped at the 3-yard line as Jerome Evans. Oh, there was a beautiful play. Well timed, well executed, right up the middle. They had a flanker in motion coming across, and they get it to the 3-yard line. But it is 4th down, and Joe Eunice, and the field goal contingent comes on.
It is not often, Al, you'll see the offense employ or try to run a trap play inside the 10-yard line. But that's exactly what it did. They did a good job of it.
Knaffel will hold at the 10-yard line. It's straight in the middle of the field, a 20-yard field goal attempt. Here's the snap. The ball is down. The kick is on the way. It is no good. It's wide to the left. It's no good. So there's a timeout here with the score. Notre Dame 7, Michigan State 3.
So if you're looking for a luxurious auto at a not-so-luxurious price, look to Fields Cadillac, 1930 Ridge Avenue, Evanston, during their annual 1978 demonstrator release.
Ed Smith Smith with a first down at the 20-yard line for Michigan State. Back in the pocket, throwing for Kirk Gibson up at the 35-yard line. Into Gibson's hands and out. It went in and popped right out as the Irish defense closed on him. An incompleted forward pass. And Michigan State will have a second down 10 from their own 20-yard line. We have 8 minutes and a half remaining in the first half. 7-3, the Irish lead. They just missed a 20-yard field goal attempt. Michigan State's quarterback, Ed Smith, has them lined up in the I formation. That's Middleton and Steve Smith in the tailback, and there is illegal procedure as Smith had Lonnie Middleton, his fullback, jump the signal count, start forward into motion, and there are flags all over the field out there, Ralph. So that motion in the backfield early will cost them.
That's right. Ed Smith probably is employing what a lot of quarterbacks have when they're down inside their own 20-yard line. They'll use a staggered count to try to pull the defense off. But with this big crowd here, 78,000 people, very hard sometimes to hear your quarterback on that staggered count.
The Lazy Boy Chair Company, again, awarding a famous Lazy Boy recliner and the names of the outstanding offensive and defensive players to their respective schools. Our judges, incidentally, Ed Sonetsko of the Lansing State Journal, Joe Doyle of the South Bend Tribune, and Bill Halls of the Detroit News. They are judges, and we'll announce the offensive and defensive player of this game just before we wrap it up. Right at the moment, we're just about halfway through the second period. 8.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Michigan State with a 5-yard penalty stepped off against them. They have second down and 15 coming up. Both receivers are split out. Bird to the left, Gibson to the right. Smith, his hands under the center. Matt Foster is over the ball. He's the man who snaps it. And here's the snap and the fake. And back to throw goes Smith. He looks, he throws, rifles along at the 35, the 40, the 45, the midfield stripe. Bird into Notre Dame territory at the 30. Out of bounds at the Notre Dame 26-yard line. Dave Waymer finally wrestled him out of bounds. Out of bounds at the Notre Dame 26. 59 yards on that pass play.
Beautiful throw that time by Ed Smith. Eugene Bird ran the same kind of pass pattern Chris Haynes did on his completion, coming clear across the field. Smith laid the ball right in his palms. Eugene moved down the right sidelines. The play was good for 59 yards. First and 10 on the Notre Dame 26-yard line.
Michigan State with the first down at the Irish 26. Smith checks to the right and to the left. Has his back set in the eye. Has the snap and sends his fullback Schramm straight up the middle, down to the 20. He's inside the 20 and knocked down. Second down 3, Michigan State has the ball inside the Notre Dame 20 there at the 19-yard line. Middleton and Smith are the setbacks in the eye behind Ed Smith, the quarterback, and he has it. It bluffs back, play action, turns and throws to the sidelines, out of bounds, intending it for Gene Bird. Quarterback Ed Smith now has completed 6 of the dozen passes. He has thrown for 103 yards. Way wide left goes Kirk Gibson, still looking for the big catch that he'd like to have this afternoon. Andy Schramm in there at the fullback slot. Smith giving it to Schramm, and Schramm trying off the left tackle, but the door is closed. He hit the 20-yard line. He may have lost a little yardage on that, or he may have just barely got it back to the line of scrimmage. The idea, though, was to move the ball over into the middle of the field for field goal positioning. It is 4th down and 3, and Michigan State's field goal unit is in.
Not a particularly good play call that time by Ed Smith. He saw a odd man front up there, 7-8 men. He really should have audible out and try to pick up his first down.
Mort Anderson hit a 25-yarder before. This will be 36 yards. They'll be holding it at the 26, and here's a kick. It's going to be wide. No, it's good. It got in. It cleared the uprights in the corner. It's good. So with the score, Notre Dame 7, Michigan State 6. Timeout on the field. Now this for Las Vegas. Chariot kicks off. It's Mitchell and Stone down deep, but this kickoff is caught at the 15, fumbled by Notre Dame, recovered at the Irish 21-yard line. Belden is the man who caught that short kickoff. Chariot not getting it very deep, down to about the 15. It's fumbled out and recovered by the Irish at the 22-yard line.
Belden caught the last kickoff that Spartans kicked to him. I'm sure he felt that was a surprise. And again, catching this one, equally surprised. You better make sure you got the football before you run with it.
In the I formation, but Joe Montana has him with the first down. He sends Stone in motion out to the right-hand side. Takes a snap and hands off to his tailback. Ferguson straight ahead, running room out to the 25 and up to the 30-yard line. Steve Otis has him at the 30-yard line, but Vegas Ferguson has 8 big yards.
8 big yards and an ideal play call right now, because if you can pick up 5-6 yards and going into a 2nd and 3, 2nd and 2 situation, this is exactly what the quarterback wants to do. All the pressure is on the defensive front line now.
Ferguson has 41 yards and 8 carries, and Evans 48 yards and 7 carries. And here's Vegas breaking over the tackle, the left tackle on a quick opening play out to the 35 and down at the 37-yard line. Chris Haynes comes in, and Haynes is out wide to the left, in the slot to the left. Here's Jim Stone. Stone is in motion out to the right-hand side, but here's a quick opening handoff to Jerome Evans, and he's piled up as he moves over the line of scrimmage up to the 39. Mel Land and Dan Bass of Michigan State get credit on that play.
Along with Bernard Hay and Angelo Fields, I might add, Al. That threesome up front, 240, 235, and 285, along with the linebacker, 240, make a pretty good fearsome foursome.
Well, the Polish Prince has just told me here, Buck Jersey, our statistician, oddly enough, Notre Dame has 100 yards on the ground and 100 yards through the air. 2nd down and 8 as they line up at the 39 in the I formation with the slot back right. It's Curry, Mike Curry in motion this time. Montana bluffing and rolling to the right, bootleg. The rush is on. He looks, he throws. Got his man at the 45. On his way to the 40 after making the catch and down to the 38-yard line. Dean Mastak, the big tight end, wide open for Notre Dame, made the grab. As he turned, he lost his balance.
Yes, he did. Had he been able to keep his balance, he would have picked up another 10 or 12 yards. However, that play was good for 23 yards. It's now a first down on the Spartan 38-yard line. By the way, very good play-action fake that time by Montana.
Stone is in the Notre Dame flanker position, and it is Stone flanked out to the right. Wide out is Chris Haynes. Now Stone in motion to the left. The I formation. Montana giving it to Ferguson. Ferguson straight up the middle. He goes down to the 35, hit down at the 32-yard line. The ball is down at the Michigan State 31-yard line. It's 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Quick snap. Ferguson again. He's waltzing, turns the corner, gets to the 30, inside the 30, out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Larry Savage ran him out across the way. It's first down for the Irish. Ferguson now has 59 yards in 11 carries. They line up with the slot to the right. That's Stone in motion out to the left-hand side. Montana has the ball, gives it off to Palace ahead to the 20, to the 15, hit at the 15, wrestled down at about the 13-yard line. Mark Anderson, there was a quick opener, and Pete Palace made yardage.
Very good run that time by Pete Palace. I must say this, that the Spartans must make some adjustments in their defensive line right now, because their linebackers, as they see the man in motion, are following the motion. This gives the opportunity for Montana to come back inside with his running back.
Only one man behind the quarterback as the receivers are split out, but it's handed off to that one man, Heaven straight ahead. He's to the 12. Angelo Fields upends him after just about a yard. Only Palace, though. No, pro set. Now shifting to the right in the slot is Vegas Ferguson. Double wing. Here's the snap. Montana throws. He got Haynes at the 2-yard line, and he's out of bounds after the catch. Jerome Stanton wrestled Haynes out. A beautiful pass from Montana to Chris Haynes. A little turnout, impossible to defense against.
You can't go one-on-one with Chris Haynes against anybody. The boy has got very good moves and a very, very good speed man. A good throw that time by Joe Montana, low into the outside, preventing any kind of interception.
3 passes for a total of 90 yards completed. I formation, first down at the 2. There's Evans trying the right tackle. He gets it to the 1-yard line. That's as far as he goes as they pile him up right there. Jerome Evans at the 1-yard line. We have 2 minutes and 33 seconds with the clock running here before halftime. Notre Dame leads by a single point. The Irish 7. The Spartans of Michigan State 6. The ball is at the 1-yard line of Michigan State. It is 2nd down and goal to go as Notre Dame breaks the huddle. Both tight ends are in there as they come up in the I formation. There's Palace, and it is quarterback Joe Montana on the keeper. Straight ahead. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Following Dave Huffman and Tim Huffman and Jim Howland, they simply just picked up that entire front line of Bernard Hay, Mel Land, and Angelo Fields and moved them back 3 yards back into the end zone.
Joe Montana straight ahead on the keeper. He had that big center of his, Dave Huffman, cleaning out the real estate for him. Touchdown for the Irish. They move 78 yards in 11 plays, and here comes the point after try. Stay with us now because we've got 2 minutes and 13 seconds left in the first half in the Irish lead, 13-6. Little Joe Eunice is in there to try the point after. The little 5'8" kicker instead has the back. Knappel roll out to the right on a keeper, throw it into the end zone. It's good to Dick Bear for a 2-point try.
Very good. I would say that at that time, I may have seen that.
15-6. There you have it. 15-6. Notre Dame leads, and we'll have more after this for Western Union and Lazy Boy chairs.
Easy. Lazy Boy swivel rockers. There is a difference.
Charlie Bale kicks it off. It's a skimmer down to the 5-yard line. Grabbing the ball at the 5-yard line, Steve Smith brings it out to the 15, the 20, up to the 25, and is down at the 28-yard line. So Michigan State will have a first down at their own 28-yard line. Eunice did not kick. Knappel rolled to the right and threw a 2-point conversion into the end zone. Now, here is Michigan State with audibles. And here is a handoff to the fullback, Schramm, over the right tackle. Out to the 30-yard line, up to the 31-yard line. Split to the right is Gene Bird. Pro set in the backfield. Ed Smith dropping back now to throw. With the clock running, looks and throws incomplete at the 35-yard line, intended for Lonnie Middleton, the big fullback, just out of his reach. But there is a flag on the play.
Ed Smith that time stood up very quickly, made his throw a little bit off balance, and Lonnie Middleton had to come back. And on this Spartan turf, it's very easy to lose your footing as he did then.
Pass interference. It is going to be put down at the Michigan State 41-yard line. We have 1 minute and 32 seconds remaining in the first half. 15-6. Notre Dame leads Michigan State. Pro set in the backfield as Smith lines up. He's called a lot of audibles today. Matt Foster over the ball. He is a center. Snaps, and Smith drops back. A 12-yard setup. He looks, he rifles one out there, complete at the 47-yard line of Michigan State. And the ball is stolen away by Jim Browner. He's at the 40, the 35, the 30, the 20. He's going all the way for a touchdown. Is that going to be allowed?
Absolutely it's going to be allowed, because Browner, in making his tackle, had kept the man up from going down on the Spartan turf. He absolutely took the ball away from him and raced 45 yards down the sidelines, untouched for a touchdown.
What he did was hit Andy Schramm standing up. He jarred the ball out of Schramm's hands. He grabbed it in midair, and Jim Browner raced it 45 yards. Chalk a touchdown up for the Irish, 21-6. Now Knappel will hold, and Eunice will attempt the point after. The last time, Knappel threw into the end zone. This time they'll kick. It is up. It is good. Right on the point. So, it's Notre Dame 22, Michigan State 6, and we'll have more after this special 30-second message. Notre Dame's Charlie Mayo will kick off. Steve Smith and Bruce Reeves are the deep backs. They're right around the Michigan State goal line. It's a skimmer, a rug cutter right along down to the 15-yard line. Picked up, fumbled by Michigan State at the 15. Reeves has the ball after the 20 and up to the 23-yard line. Bird is to the right, and Gibson is out to the left-hand side. A pro set in the backfield. Middleton is there. And in the backfield with him, Leroy McGee. Ed Smith is calling the signals with first down Michigan State at their 23. He's 12 yards back to end the setup. Now he's going to run the ball out to the 20, and he ducks down to the turf as he hits the 26-yard line. Here we go with second down and 7. Michigan State at their own 26-yard line. Bluffing up the middle, and back to throw goes Smith. He looks, he rifles one just off the fingers of Gene Bird. At the 50-yard line, Bird went after the football, and Joe Restic was hanging on to him. Michigan State in the I formation. Smith again bluffs up the middle with the play action, back to throw, and throws over the middle at the 45 with the ball, fumbling it out of his fingers. It was almost intercepted. It almost went into the hands of Kirk Gibson. Gibson had it. It went off of the fingertips of Gene Bird also. Both the receivers were crossing there as everybody tried to grab it, and nobody could hold on.
You won't see Kirk Gibson, that 6'2", 217-pound senior, drop many balls like that. You know, he was an All-American in baseball.
Weimer and Harrison are back at the Irish 35 for the punt that's coming up now on fourth down. Ray Stakowitz is kicking, and he leads the nation. He hangs a high one. It's grabbed there by Harrison at the 36-yard line, and he's blasted down right away. This apparently is going to be against the Irish, and it may be a clipping penalty. It is. Out wide left is Chris Haynes. Straight ahead with the football is quarterback Joe Montana, and he just took the ball and fell forward at the 21-yard line. We have 6 defensive backs in there now. They're expecting the pass. Montana lines him up, but he just takes the ball and falls on the turf. And run another play. The officials are checking it. 7 seconds. Now there's 5, and they will go. The teams are headed for the tunnel and the dressing room. The first half is over with the score. Notre Dame 22, Michigan State 6. The sun is shining brightly as Michigan State kicks off. An end-over-end kick. It's Stone catching it over his shoulder at the 7, out to the 10, to the 20. He's up to the 23-yard line, and he's hit down at the 23. The tackle was made by McCormick. McCormick made the stop at the 23-yard line, and the Irish have a first down.
And going down to break the wedge was Graves, number 10, and 3, Sherrio. Very difficult job to be asked of you to go down and break the wedge. It's called a suicide squad, but it's often done by many good football players.
Dan Bass, the right side linebacker for Michigan State, calls the defense. They have 3 down linemen and 4 linebackers, 2 of them up on the line to make it a 5-2 affair. Stone is the man in motion out to the right, a pitch to Vegas Ferguson, out wide to the right over the tackle, out to the 25, up to the 30-yard line. Just short of the 30 comes Vegas Ferguson as he takes a beautiful pitch and a sweep to the right. The tackles jointly by Mike Marshall and by Dan Bass.
Michigan State at halftime must have made some adjustments because the defense is slightly different. Rather than having just 3 down linemen, they brought Haynes, 86, and Savage, 57, up on the line of scrimmage.
It'll be 2nd down and 4 for Notre Dame at their own 29-yard line. A slot back out to the right-hand side. They have split Haynes out about 3 yards. It's Curry. He's in motion out to the left, and from the I formation, the fullback straight ahead. Jerome Evans finds too many people there. The door is shut on him right at the line of scrimmage. He got out to the 30-yard line. Now both receivers are split out. 3rd down and 2. The I formation rolling to the left. There goes Montana, sets up and throws. It's complete to Stone at the 45-yard line. And he is down as he twists. He tries to get away. He twists back to the 44. Mike Marshall on the right corner for Michigan State wrapped him up and wrestled him down.
Real good move that time by Jim Stone against Mike Marshall. He drove him deep, pulled up inside of him, made a little curl pattern, and Montana was right on the money.
15 yards on the last play. 1st and 10, Notre Dame, their own 44. From the eye, the handoff to the tailback, and straight ahead goes Ferguson. He started to break to the left, give him the motion to the left, broke back to the right, got up to the 45, and is down at the 46 as Steve Otis would not be faked out. And the youngster, the junior linebacker from Chicago, has him at the 46-yard line. Give him 2 yards on the play and call it Notre Dame 2nd down and 8. Evans shifts over to the tailback, and Pete Pallas is in at the fullback. And it is Evans breaking off the tackle on a counter play to the 50-yard line, down to the 45 and piled up right at the Michigan State 45. Evans has 63 yards and 13 carries. Now they go into the I formation. Joe Montana looks to the left, to the right, barks the signals, takes a snap, gives it to his tailback. From the tailback, Evans straight ahead, crosses the 45 to the 43. Pallas is in the backfield for the Irish at the fullback spot. Vegas Ferguson is at the tailback. In an I formation, both receivers are split out, and they bluff up the middle. Back to throw goes the quarterback, Montana. He throws a long pattern at the 10-yard line, out of bounds. Intended there for Mike Curry, all the way down the sidelines. Mike Marshall pushed him out. There's a flag on the play down at the 14-yard line. Interference, I believe, is going to be called against Michigan State.
Interference against Mike Marshall. Not a smart play by Mike Marshall. The ball was overthrown by Montana to Haynes. There's no possibility whatsoever for Haynes to get that football.
34 yards on that penalty. That flag cost Michigan State 34 yards. It's 1st down. 1st and 10 for the Irish at the Michigan State 14-yard line. A slot back to the right-hand side and a quick snap, and straight ahead goes Evans. He's got running room inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line goes Evans.
Jerome is piled up down there by Tom Graves.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. It was such a great block by Jim Hoffman that time on Mel Land that I just couldn't contain myself that time.
Brother Dave Huffman is the center. The Huffmans are from Dallas, and they're great football players. It will be second down at about 5. And here is Vegas Ferguson taking a handoff, breaking a tackle. A flag goes down as he piles over the 5-yard line to the 4-yard line, very close to the first down.
18 yards, defensive holding, leave 91.
Stone is a slot out to the left. Here's a quick snap rolling out to the right. Joe Montana, he's being chased. He looks, he throws. Incomplete in the end zone. Stone was down there, but he was out of the playing field. And Tom Graves was right there doing a great defensive job covering Jim Stone. It's third down and 19 from the 23-yard line of Michigan State. Notre Dame has offensive possession. Montana with the snap will roll to the left. The pursuit is on. He looks, he throws it out of bounds as he's almost lowered back behind the line and is finally hit there by Mel Land coming through just as he got the ball away. Montana now beginning to feel the pressure.
Absolutely. That time he had a 5-man pass pattern, and as we discussed earlier, you can't put 5 men in the pass pattern and leave your weak side open, because that's the time a quarterback is going to get leveled, and leveled Joe got.
All right, Kneffel will hold the ball. And let's see. Who is it kicking for Notre Dame? It is Mayle. Charlie Mayle will attempt a 40-yard field goal from the hash mark. The snap is back. The ball is kicked. It is in the air. It's hanging up there. Will it make it? It is no good. It's short. So there's a timeout here with a score. Notre Dame 22, Michigan State 6. Michigan State with the first down at their 23-yard line. Ed Smith quarterbacking from the I formation, drops back short in the pocket, goes long with a long bomb, and it is almost intercepted. It was off at the fingers of Dave Waymer as he went down to cover Kirk Gibson. As they break the huddle, Michigan State has a second down 10 from their 23-yard line. Gibson is out to the right. Bird is split out to the left in the I. Ed Smith checks the 4-man defensive front ahead of him, takes a snap and hands it off to his tailback, breaking out to the 25 and on the way to the 30. Running with the football is Steve Smith. You know, talking about Kirk Gibson, surprisingly enough, he has not caught a pass today. He has really been covered. He has great speed, 4.3 speed, they tell me. 9-yard line, 30-yard line, let's call it. Michigan State quarterback Ed Smith has the snap, drops back in the pocket. Look out, the rush is on. He dumps it off at the 39. It's caught and out of bounds with the football. But wait a minute, there was a whistle over there. Mark Bramer caught the ball up at the 39 and goes out of bounds. A whistle, and it was too much time, I believe. Too much time against Michigan State. And Michigan State will have the down over, or I beg your pardon, we'll have third down coming up. Third down coming up, 3rd and 8. Both receivers are wide. A pro set in the backfield, and Smith again, looking and checking. He has the snap. He goes back 12 yards and sets up. He has the time. Throws it off to his safety valve man at the 25, and he's down the moment he caught the football. Bruce Reeves, rolling out of the backfield, made the catch, and Bobby Leopold was right there to lower the boom. Ray Stakowitz in punt formation at the 12-yard line, steps forward. What a kick! A tremendous kick by Stakowitz. It hits on the 15, 75 yards. The kick goes into the end zone of the Irish, and Notre Dame will take over on their 20 with a score. Notre Dame 22, Michigan State 6. Timeout on the field. Now this for Gallery of Homes. Notre Dame with the first down at their 20-yard line, and a pitch from Montana to Vegas Ferguson, sweeping the right side. He turns in and slips down on the far sidelines at about the 23-yard line. Irish line up with a slot back out to the right-hand side. Jim Stone is in motion out to the left now. Quarterback Montana has the ball and sends Ferguson. No, Jerome Evans straight ahead up to the 25 and down at the 27 as Mel Land refuses to let him through. So Evans picks up about 4 yards, brings it out to the 27-yard line. Johnny Lee Haynes is there, and we have a 3rd down and 3 coming up, Ralph Guglielmi. Palace is now at the fullback. Vegas Ferguson is the tailback in the I formation. And here's a quick pitch back to Ferguson. He breaks right back into the middle. He started wide to the left and came right back out to the 27, 28-yard line. And Dan Bass hit him there and blasted him down. And the Irish have a punting down coming up. They did not make the yardage. They will have to kick. The young senior from Milford, Maine, standing in punt formation at the Irish 13. Steps forward, puts his foot into it, hangs a high one. There's no call on it. It's going to be caught, then fumbled by Michigan State. And out of bounds with the football is Mark Anderson. Anderson was a short man. It goes out of bounds. He goes out after catching the ball. A 26-yard punt, rather short for Joe Restick. So Michigan State will have excellent field position. Ed Smith checking those defenses of the Irish every time. Pitches it back. Wide to the left-hand side is Derek Hughes. And the young freshman tried to turn the corner. Got up to the line of scrimmage as he went laterally across the field and is blasted down for about a loss of a yard. He may have lost a yard and a half on the play, Ralph.
That's quite unusual for this young man. He's 6 foot, 295-pounder from Charleston, South Carolina. And as Coach Darrell Rogers says, he is something to behold. In the previous 2 games, he's run the ball 8 times for 78 yards, almost a 10-yard average.
Going in is Bruce Reeves. Reeves and Middleton are the 2 men in the I formation with quarterback Ed Smith. Second down and 11, and Smith bootlegs out to the left by himself. He's being rushed. He's being caught. Breaks away from the tackler. Comes across the field at the 32, up to the 35, and dumped at the 37-yard line. Great pursuit. Jeff Weston finally got him down. But the defensive front 4 of the Irish really put the pressure on Eddie Smith.
And they're able to put the pressure on Eddie Smith because the secondary, Waymer, Browner, Anderson, and Gibbons are doing such a great job. There's a loss of 7 yards on that play. It's now 3rd and 18 on the Spartan 37.5-yard line.
With those linebackers, Leopold, Golick, and Heimkreiter, they set up as Michigan State stacks an eye there with a big 3rd down play coming. Back to throw goes Smith. He's got the time, looks and throws. He's got Gibson at the Notre Dame 47, and Gibson is down at the Notre Dame 46. He is within a yard of having the first down.
Very good throw that time by Smith to Gibson. I believe that's his first catch of the day.
That's right, Ralph. It is his first catch of the day, and he is short of the first down.
He's a great athlete. He's in a long line of great athletes from Michigan State. Earl Morrill, George Webster, Gordon Curry, Brad Van Pelt, all of them great athletes. Good for 17 yards.
5 minutes and 10 seconds with the clock running here in the 3rd quarter at East Lansing, Michigan. Notre Dame leads 22-6, and Michigan State is adhering to the request of the fans. Go, they say. 4th down and about a yard to go, and Smith comes up to the line with the I formation. He does not have the double tight end in there. It is not a tight formation. He has 1 yard to go. He steps back and he throws. He's got his man at the 38, breaking away his Bird down to the 30, out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Gene Bird was hit first at the 45. He got down to the 29-yard line and is out of bounds, and he may be hurt.
Does Mr. Smith have a lot of poise?
A lot of poise indeed. There's a timeout here with the score. Notre Dame 22, Michigan State 6. Is out to the right-hand side. The I formation in the backfield. Ed Smith is waiting for the snap. Quarterback Ed Smith of Hallandale, Florida. He has the snap and hands off to the tailback straight ahead. And down to the 27-yard line with the football goes Steve Smith. I beg your pardon, Bruce Reeves. Hit down at the 27-yard line by Jeff Weston. A long 8 yards as both receivers are wide. Pro set in the backfield. Smith has the snap, drops back and sets up 12 yards back and fires. He's got his man at the 25-yard line, Lonnie Middleton, and Middleton immediately was hit down by Steve Heimkreiter. Andy Schramm has come in at the fullback spot, and Bruce Reeves is in at the tailback behind quarterback Ed Smith. 3rd down and 7. The ball is at the Notre Dame 26. Smith with a long count now, bluffs up the middle, back on the play-action pass, time to throw, looks, throws, complete at the 10, down to the 6-yard line, Kirk Gibson, great catch, Gibson almost going down on his knees to catch that one. He's upended at the 5-yard line, and down there on the turf after making the tackle is Tom Gibbons.
You heard us talk about patience, and quarterback Ed Smith, that fine senior from Hallandale, Florida, just simply waited until his flanker back, Kirk Gibson, came clear across the field. Good for 20 yards, a first and goal on the 6-yard line.
Smith comes in and Reeves goes out at the tailback slot. Schramm stays in. Andy Schramm. It's first and goal to go for Michigan State at the Notre Dame 6-yard line. Ed Smith turns around, looks to the official, says, I can't hear the signals. Official says, go ahead. It's up to an appeal. He can make an appeal. The official may not stop it, though. He hands to the fullback. Straight ahead with the ball goes Schramm. Inside the 5, hit at the 4. 2 minutes and 15 seconds in the third quarter left, and the clock is running. Gibson is wide to the left-hand side. Sam Howard. He's short out to the right. Pro set in the backfield. Ed Smith now with the ball at the 4-yard line, calling the signals. Drops back on second down and goal. Looks for a man. Can't find anybody to throw to. He goes down. On top of him was Mike Calhoun. The man who put the real pressure on, John Hankard.
Very good pass protection that time, but I personally feel he tried to call the wrong kind of play. He was looking to go to his 2 outside flankers, and what you want to do inside that 10-yard line is try to get your tight end coming across the middle.
Smith has lost 6 yards on the play. He had the protection in the pocket. There was nobody to throw to. 1 minute and a half. 1:30 with the clock running. Gibson wide to the left. Third and goal to go with the ball at the Notre Dame 11-yard line. Eddie Smith again has that snap and goes back to throw and looks, and he rifles it to the goal line. Touchdown! Touchdown! Sammy Howard! Samson Howard, the little man. All 5'8" of him. And he beat Tom Gibbons for the touchdown.
Great throw that time by Ed Smith. Almost the same kind of pass pattern that Sampson ran against Tommy Gibbons the time before, but instead of going inside, he faked him inside, made a beautiful turnout move, and the ball was smoked into him right on the money.
That is the first touchdown that Darrell Rogers has been able to post against Notre Dame in 3 years. 3 years, mind you. The point after try. Mort Andersen, the youngster from Denmark, the young freshman. Here's the conversion. The kick is up, and it is good. So, with the score, Notre Dame 22, Michigan State 12. There's a timeout on the field, or let's correct that now. Notre Dame 22, Michigan State 13. Timeout on the field. Now this for Firestone Tires.
Name is Firestone 721 Radio. A get acquainted offer now, only from Firestone.
Sherrill kicks it deep to Stone at the goal line. Stone has the ball out to the 5, the 10, the 15. He's up to the 19-yard line. He was upended there by Cooper. 22-13. Here's a handoff to Ferguson. Wide to the right. Looks for a hole. Can't find it. Puts his head down and brings it up to the 23. Larry Savage, the outside linebacker for Michigan State, played him just right. The Irish line up with a slot back to the right-hand side. That would be Jim Stone, and he's a man in motion as a pitch out to Ferguson, wide to the left, trying to turn the corner. He breaks one tackle, gets to the 35, the 37, piled up at the 37. Dan Bass was there, and moving over was Mel Land. There's the gun. There is the gun. That is the end of the third quarter with the score. Notre Dame 22, Michigan State 13. Now this for GMAC. Got a battle on our hands as the Irish line up with both tight ends in there and a flanker just outside. There's a man in motion to the right is Marty Detmer. A pitch out and wide to the right out to the 30 and on to the 33-yard line comes Jerome Evans with the football. The Irish have a first down at their 33. Firestone Country Club, and see Moose Krause name, one of the outstanding men of sports, the Sportsman of the Year this past week. There's a wide play given to Jerome Evans as he tried to turn the right corner and is caught back and loses about a yard or two back at the 31-yard line. Evans trying to swing wide around the right side is wrestled down at the 32 for a loss of a yard. Great honor for a gentleman who well deserved it. Ferguson has 79 yards and 16 carries, and Evans has 78 yards and 18 carries. In motion to the left is Jim Stone. Here's a snap, and Joe Montana hands off and up the middle. Goes Vegas Ferguson to the 40, the 45, the midfield stripe down the sidelines, the 30, out of bounds at about the 29-yard line of Michigan State. Jerome Stanton ran him out. A quick opener by Vegas Ferguson, and did he go? He had plenty of running room there, Ralph. 30-yard line. Both receivers are split out. Here's a handoff to Evans, and Evans cracked straight ahead. He moved it over the 30 down to about the 27-yard line where he's piled up. Vegas Ferguson now has 117 yards. He's got his 100-yard day. Slot back to the right side. Curry is in the slot. He is a man in motion to the right-hand side. And here's Montana bluffing, rolling to the right, looks and goes into the end zone. Haynes reaches for it and can't quite do it. He had one hand on it, couldn't hold on. He had beaten Jerome Stanton.
He certainly had. And some scores from across the nation. In the third quarter, Wisconsin 21, Indiana nothing. Oregon 10, Minnesota 7 in the third quarter. With 5 minutes left in the game, Michigan 21, Arizona 17. In the third quarter, Arizona State 35, Northwestern 7, and a pretty tight one down at Wake Forest. Purdue 3, Wake Forest nothing.
We're in the fourth quarter here at East Lansing. Notre Dame leads 22-13. And the Irish have the ball with 3rd down and 7 at the 27-yard line of Michigan State. Montana with the snap, bluffs up the middle, rolls out to the left. He's going to run the football to the 25, down the sidelines to the 20, inside of the 15-yard line, and out of bounds at the 13.
Exit run that time. Montana, I believe that was an option play. He could have run or throw the ball. And what he does, he puts some pressure on the cornerback. If the cornerback decides to force him, then he'll hit the receiver. That time the cornerback took his split end, Chris Haynes, all the way to the goal line. He elected to run with it.
That could be a very costly play, though. Bootlegging a quarterback, just don't do it very often. All right, the Irish with the first down at the 13, and straight ahead goes the fullback Pete Pallas, and he plows down to the 11-yard line. He's piled up right at the 11, picking up about 2 yards before Dan Bass lowers the boom. It is 2nd down and about 7. Hands it off to Ferguson off the left side to the 10, the 5. At the 1-yard line, he is bounced out of bounds. Oh, Vegas Ferguson heading for the corner pocket. He almost got it in, and I believe he went out at the 1-yard line.
The 1-yard line is, Al. And that time, Michigan State, seeing the strong side, that is where the tight end is playing, moved to the outside, trying to cover the strong side.
It is a touchdown. They have given him the touchdown. He got into the corner pocket. He hit the marker over there. Vegas Ferguson hit the marker over there, and the official did not indicate. 81 yards the Irish go in 10 plays to make it 28-13. They will try to put the PAT on the board with little Joe Eunice kicking. 5'8" junior from Dallas, Texas. Knappel will hold. Eunice. Here's the boot. It's up. It's good. So with the score, Notre Dame 29, Michigan State 13. Timeout on the field, and this for GMC Trucks and Gallery of Homes.
Move, discover the Gallery of Homes difference. We bring people home.
Charlie Mayle is kicking it off for Notre Dame. Smith and Reeves are deep. And it is Smith back there. 5 yards in, he brings it out to the 5, to the 10, to the 15-yard line, and he is gang tackled at about the 17-yard line by a half a dozen of those gold helmets from Notre Dame. The Irish spread defensively. Michigan State has Bird to the left and Gibson out to the right-hand side in the I formation in the backfield. And here's Smith bluffing up the middle, play action pass, looks and throws. The tight end at the 22, out of bounds at the 27. Mark Bramer made the catch, and Bobby Leopold knocks him out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. They are in a pro set as Ed Smith, the quarterback of the Spartans, lines them up with 2nd down and about 2 at the 26-yard line. A 2-step quick stutter pass. It's caught at the 33 and out of bounds at the 35 is Gene Bird. 11:51 remaining in the game. Again, both receivers are wide. And Smith has a pro set in the backfield. He's back to throw. Throws over the middle of the midfield stripe. It is caught, and down to the Notre Dame 45-yard line goes Gene Bird. Bird makes a grab in the middle as the Irish begin to open up in the middle there. Bob Golick was on top of him, and down on the bottom was Tom Gibbons.
Ed Smith, I'm sure, got the word from Bird. He says, I'm making number 27, Tom Gibbons, a piece of my meat, and I'm going to be able to beat him. So beat him again he did over the middle.
Smith, he's really cranked up the aerial game. Michigan State with a first down at the Irish 46-yard line. Again, the receivers are wide, and the I formation is in the backfield this time. Smith bluffs up the middle. He's back to throw, and he's going with the long bomb. Nobody there. What happened to the intended receiver? A blown pass pattern. The only man close to it was Randy Harrison of Notre Dame. He was racing across, but I think Smith saw that nobody was there, that his receiver was down, and threw it away. Second down and 10 for Michigan State at the Irish 46. Smith looks to the right and to the left, and from the pro set they shift into the I. Audibles, a pitch back, wide to the right. Steve Smith, he turns the corner at the 40. On his feet as he gets to the 35. He broke a tackle on the far sidelines, and he's wrestled down at the 35-yard line by Jay Case. I believe that's a first down, Ralph.
That is a first down, and my goodness, these backs from Michigan State have a lot of speed.
4 tailbacks. Hughes, McGee, Smith, and Reeves. At the moment, Reeves is in there. First down at the Notre Dame 35-yard line. Smith has it, gives it to the fullback. Straight ahead goes Schramm. And he is piled up right at the line by Mike Calhoun. Smith brings him up to the line, and Ed has the eye behind him. Takes a snap, rolls back to the left, looks and throws at the 20. It's complete. He got Kirk Gibson. Gibson down on his knees made the catch and was buried right there by Jim Browner. A 12-yard completion at the 21-yard line. First down for Michigan State. First down at the Notre Dame 21 for Michigan State. Smith from the I now, and both receivers split out. Pitches it back, and wide to the right goes McGee over the tackle inside the 20. He's down to the 18-yard line, and Jeff Weston just jerks him down at about the 17.
We have a final now at Ann Arbor. Michigan 21, Arizona 17.
Gibson is out to the left-hand side. We have a second down 5 situation. Second down and 6 with the ball at the 17-yard line. Here's a handoff to the fullback, and straight ahead to the 15-yard line goes Andy Schramm, and Bob Golick met him head on there to stop him. Third down and 5 with the ball at the 16-yard line. And the Spartans go up to the line. Ed Smith has them in a pro set. Both his receivers are out. Smith can throw the football, and he's dropping back to throw it again. He looks, he fires. It is caught, but yes, at the 6-yard line. Little Sammy Howard made the grab. The little guy went against Joe Restick and beat him. Oh, this little freshman is some kind of a timber topper. He went up in the air, and Sammy Howard is 5'8". Joe Restick is 6'2", and he beat Restick for the first down.
Very good throw that time by Ed Smith also, and hitting him right on the button, right to the outside.
7:55 remaining in the fourth quarter here at East Lansing. Ed Smith is quarterbacking for Michigan State. The veteran signal caller has the snap, gives it to his tailback, and straight into the line goes Leroy McGee. Here comes State up to the line of scrimmage. Second down, goal to go. The ball at the 6-yard line of the Fighting Irish. And those last 6 yards of real estate can be awfully tough. Here's Smith rolling to the right. He looks, he throws into the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. The hands went up in the air. The ball was fumbled. Kurt Gibson caught it for the touchdown. Then the ball was fumbled. He held it long enough for the touchdown. Gibson made the grab. A beautiful play by Ed Smith, the quarterback, to his number 1 receiver, Kirk Gibson, in the end zone. He grabbed the ball, came down, took 2 steps as he was hit. Then the ball was jarred loose, but that's too late. It's a score.
Absolutely a score. All you have to do is have control of the football when you're in the end zone. You can, the man can knock it out of your hands, or you can drop it, or when you hit the ground, the ball can roll out. It's still a 6-pointer.
Bort Anderson, the youngster from Denmark, ready to try the point after. He's not going to. Rolling out to the right, it was his holder. He throws into the end zone. It is intercepted. It's caught there by Steve Heimkreiter, so it is no good. So there's a timeout here with the score. Notre Dame 29, Michigan State 19. Notre Dame has Mitchell and Stone down around the 10-yard line. The ball is all teed up there. And here goes Chario putting his foot into it for a short kick. Dallas has it at the 20, out to the 25, to the 30, off the left side. He almost broke it. He got it to the 34-yard line, and Williams comes up to make the tackle and bring him down. So the Irish will have excellent field position. Here's a man in motion out to the right-hand side, Jim Stone. The snap and the handoff to the short man, the fullback, and it's Evans off the right side. He broke off the tackle, rolled out over the 35, up to the 38, before Dan Bass and Tom Graves finally get him. Haynes comes into the ball game, and we have the double tight end alignment. It is 2nd down and 7 with the ball at the Irish 38-yard line, and Mike Curry is a man in motion, and the handoff goes to the tailback. Off the right side, Vegas Ferguson at the 40, at the 45. He goes over the table down there, the spotters table on the sidelines in front of the Michigan State bench as Dan Bass and Larry Savage run him in there. And we may have an injured ball player down there because Vegas took a pretty hard lick as he went out of bounds at the 47-yard line. He's up, but he really caught it there as he went out. With a score, Notre Dame 29, Michigan State 19. Timeout on the field now, this for Budweiser beer.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Notre Dame with the first down at their 47-yard line, and Jerome Evans taking a handoff from Montana, barrels over the right tackle. He brings it over the midfield stripe down to the 48-yard line of Michigan State. As they go into a 2nd down situation, 2nd and 5. Mike Curry is the man in motion out to the left. The handoff is to the fullback, Dave Mitchell. Breaks off the left tackle. He bootlegged off the left tackle on that handoff. Went over the 45, down to the 42, and very close. Montana with the quick snap. Hands it to his fullback, Dave Mitchell. And Mitchell is plowed down right at the line of scrimmage. He got to the 42, and that's as far as he went, as Johnny Lee Haynes, the big sophomore linebacker on the strong side, wrestled him down. Here's Curry in and flanked out to the right, and Curry in motion in the I formation. Montana with the snap to his fullback. Straight ahead goes Evans. Evans right down to the 35-yard line as he had running room right up the middle. He found the door open just for a second or two and got it down to the 35-yard line. The Irish in possession at the 36-yard line of Michigan State, and a man in motion. A pitch out to Evans. Evans wide to the left. He breaks one tackle. He slips. He goes down at the 36-yard line. He did not make the yardage he needed as Dan Bass pursued beautifully there from the Michigan State linebacker spot and wraps him up. Steve Smith is a single safety for Michigan State at the 10-yard line. Joe Restic in punt formation. It's 4th down, and 5 yards to go, and there's an end-over-end boot that is angled for the sidelines and goes out of bounds. So there's a timeout here with a score. Notre Dame 29, Michigan State 19. Steve Smith and Lonnie Middleton are the two setbacks behind quarterback Ed Smith as they line up. That ball went out, that punt on the 2-yard line. First down, Michigan State from their 2-yard line. And Smith drops back in his end zone to throw. He looks, he passes. At the 15, it went into the hands of Kirk Gibson. It hit him on the letters, and it bounced away. Back comes the ball to the Michigan State 2-yard line as they go into the I formation again. 2nd down and 10. Smith playing in the shadows of his own goal. Rolls out to the left. Can he bootleg it? Nope. He's going to dump it off. He overthrows. Throws the ball out of bounds because he really had the pressure on. John Hankard was all over the top of him as Ed Smith got the football off. Had the pleasure of being in 3 ballparks with Pittsburgh last year. All of them exciting right here on Mutual. Here's the 3rd down situation, and Smith drops back to throw. Pumps one out to his fullback Middleton at the 5. Up to the 8-yard line. Fumbled the football. Notre Dame recovered. Had it been blown dead? I believe it had.
It was blown dead, Al. He had possession of the football again, and as he hit the AstroTurf down there, the ball popped loose. It'll be 4th and about 4 yards to go for a first down.
That means that Michigan State must go into punt formation with the line of scrimmage, their 8-yard line. General Motors Acceptance Corporation and the Mutual Broadcasting System awarding $1,000 to the Notre Dame General Scholarship Fund, and that will be awarded to today's outstanding Notre Dame player, Vegas Ferguson. It will be awarded in his name. He'll receive a beautiful plaque to mark the occasion, and $1,000 goes to the Notre Dame General Scholarship Fund in his name. Vegas has had a 137-yard day so far. There's 2 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in this football game. The sun again under the clouds. It's come out intermittently. Threat of rain prevailed early, but that is not the case now. We have 2:49 with the clock running. Do I see right Nobody is going into punt formation. They roll out. They throw a pass. It is caught and good for the first down. The pass was thrown to the tight end, Mark Bramer. No one went into punt formation for Michigan State. Instead, from a pro set, Ed Smith gambled it all. The ball was on the 8-yard line. I have never seen that even in a ball game, certainly this close before.
It's been a long time since I've seen a quarterback of this stature. Ed Smith, we watched Herman last week and Rick Leach the week before. But this Smith, he's got my money, I'll tell you that.
What a gutsy performance. He believed in himself, and he did it. First down at the 16-yard line, and Smith has the snap again. He'll put it in the air. 3-man rushes on. He looks, throws to the sidelines, complete at the 19-yard line, and out of bounds at the 20-yard line. He has a 2nd down 6 situation from his own 20-yard line. Ed takes the snap. He fakes up the middle. No, he gave it to his fullback, Middleton, at the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40. A draw play to Lonnie Middleton, and Middleton goes all the way to the 41-yard line. 22 yards on the play. They suckered middle linebacker Bob Golick, and that may be the first time I've ever seen Golick suckered on a draw.
Well, Golick really in defense of Bob Golick. He has to be able to defend against a throw. Ed Smith just made a great call, as he's been doing all afternoon.
First down for the Spartans at their 42-yard line. 1:50 remaining in the ball game. Is Smith again. Bootlegs back to throw. He looks, he throws. He's got Gibson at the 40. The little man is in there now. Samson Howard, 5'8" freshman. He's wide to the right. Gibson out to the left. Here's the bluff up the middle, and Smith is back to throw again. Looks in the middle, got Gibson at the 20. At the 20, he's down to the 15-yard line before Randy Harrison finally wrestles him down. Ed Smith shoots for the big target for Kirk Gibson. We'll have more now after this timeout for GMAC. 25-yard line. Remember, it's Michigan State first down at the Notre Dame 16. The Irish lead 29-19, and Pete Johnson is in the ball game. He's in at one of the linebacker slot. Also in the backfield, Derek Hughes, a young freshman from Charleston, South Carolina, from Bishop England High School there. Know that beautiful city well and love it. It's a marvelous spot. Smith barking the signals. I formation in his backfield. A quick stutter step, and he passes. It's complete at the 11, and down at the 10-yard line goes Mark Bramer, the tight end. Randy Harrison was there with him. He is down at the 10-yard line.
We've got a flag in the backfield, though, Al. Looks like it's a penalty against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Drop back at the 22-yard line, and there's going to be a conference down there. Along the sidelines, Michigan State, everybody on their feet. 77,085. That's the number they register here. It may be more. As quarterback Ed Smith talks to the official, then moves up. Hands under the center. Smith with a long count. First down and goal to go from the 6-yard line. Takes the snap, rolls to the right. He looks, throws it into the end zone, almost intercepted. He put that ball down there in the hands of Dave Waymer, trying to force it to a receiver. Could not do it. If Michigan State gets it in, they will have marched 98 yards. Ed Smith marks out the numbers now and waits for the snap. He has the football, drops back, looks and throws into the end zone, out of the end zone, incomplete, intended for Gene Bird, but Tom Gibbons was there.
Good coverage that time by Gibbons on Bird. He's having a tough time with him all day. I think Gene has caught about 7 passes off of Tom, but that was good coverage that time in the end zone. I'd look for him to go across, some crossing pattern, trying to hit his tight end coming across the middle, maybe.
All right, here's Smith back to throw, looks, throws to his tight end, to Bramer. Bramer was at the 3-yard line when he made the catch, and he is driven back by the tackle. Randy Harrison hit him just as Mark Bramer grabbed the football and drilled him at the 4-yard line. It will be 4th down. 4th down for Michigan State, and they have the ball at the Notre Dame 4-yard line. We'll be back to today's game after this for Pennzoil. 303 yards and 2 touchdowns. Can he get another one? All right, we'll find out in a minute. Smith brings him up to the line of scrimmage in the I formation. Wide to the left-hand side is Gibson. Gene Bird is split out to the right. Here's Smith now as he rolls back and to the left. The rush is on. Throws into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan State. It's Gene Bird. Bird makes the catch. Michigan State has scored.
Ed Smith that time making a beautiful bluff up the middle to Leroy McGee. Rolled to his left-hand side. Eugene Bird coming across from the outside position, made a beautiful leaping catch, keeping 1 foot in the end zone line. Good for 6 points. I'll tell you one thing, these Spartans have come to play. They still got time, too. 44 seconds left to play in the ball game. You can bet your bottom dollar we're going to see an onside kick.
To Gibson and to Bird, those touchdowns. Now, he brings him up to the line. There'll be no point after try. They'll go for 2 outright. Smith has a pro set in the backfield. Takes the snap, bluffs, back to throw. The rush is on. He throws it up for grabs, and the Irish intercept. Jim Browner in the end zone. That takes away the possibility of a tie with a field goal. Now, there's no doubt they come back upfield. They will do the onside kick. We'll have more after this special 30-second message. Mort Anderson has teed it up at the 40-yard line. It is on the hash mark to the near side. Watch for the little short kick because with 44 seconds remaining, Michigan State wants the football. There's the kick. Bounces to, it goes 10 yards in the Irish coverage. He popped it away. It went right into the hands of Dean Mastek, and Dean Mastek fell on the ball at the 49-yard line. 43 seconds remaining, and I believe he may have injured himself down there. We've got an injured Irish player down on the field.
Well, Mastek making that good coverage of that particular kickoff fell to the ground, and naturally Michigan State in covering, no, I'm sorry, it was Mike Curry who made that coverage. He fell to the ground and had the ball in his stomach and rolled over, and he's lying on the 50-yard line right now. I think he's all right. Just had the wind knocked out of him. You know, if you had to look back at one particular key play as far as the reversal, the trend of this game, you'd have to look to Jim Browner's, his almost takeaway, his complete steal of a complete pass to Eugene Bird by Ed Smith in the beginning towards the end of the first half, and he goes on and goes for a score. Had that not been the case, we may have seen a different outcome in today's ball game.
What a fantastic football family the Browners are. They had Ross Browner, the All-American, at defensive end, and here Jim Browner, and before that a brother who played fullback at Notre Dame briefly. And I understand there are 2 more Browners yet to come, and both are inclined to head to South Bend, Indiana.
Well, I hope so, because the Browner family have done a real good job in producing good athletes for Notre Dame, and I just don't want to leave the air without saying just what a great job this Spartan football team has done this afternoon. They were down by some 17 points. They came right back, and they made a real great football game out of it.
29-25 at the moment as the Irish line up with the first down at their 49-yard line. And all they do is the quarterback snap, and falling on top with the football is the quarterback. Notre Dame quarterback taking the snap. Joe Montana with the clock ticking off 12 seconds. 10 seconds now. It's ticking away. And Montana just falls on the ball. There'll be no chance for a play. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There is the 00 on the clock. That's it. It's over here at East Lansing, Michigan, with Notre Dame beating Michigan State 29-25.